Finally, teachers, in this final video, number 4, executive function systems. This is a very practical video that you can use to help your students. I have an assessment for you that I'm going to be going over with you shortly that will help you really. You can print off this PDF. You will use this probably for years. I use it all the time. It really helps get down to the core of what's going on with these kids. So before I discuss this, what I want to discuss is, as I go through these systems, what's really important to remember is that the brain is still developing. The prefrontal cortex of the brain, the front part of the brain that helps these kids execute and get stuff done, is still developing. And these things that we are working with them on, again, there's the can't and the won't. And if you believe that it's a won't, that the student's being willful, that they're being lazy, that they're not trying hard enough, that they're just unmotivated, that they need to be more disciplined, that they're just procrastinators, all of these sort of words that don't take into account the legitimacy of executive function struggles, then that story is a very different story than that they can't. And when you have the can't story, we look at it in terms of they can't do these things yet. We need to support them to build these skills. So this is very concrete in terms of the things that we can help them with. So I'm not going to go through this in detail because you can print it and look at it yourself. But what I am going to tell you is that with this assessment, you can have the students self-score. You can score the students. A parent can score the students. You can do it at a conference together. And you can also take these things and you can break them apart and use them. You can make smaller assessments for the whole class, or you can adapt this any way that you need to. But rest assured that this covers most of the bases that you really need to know about in order to help these kids. And that's a really reassuring feeling. I've worked on this a lot over the years. Again, if I haven't said so, my name is Seth Perler. You know that already. You're in the 4th video. But okay, so I have these systems and I've made this rubric, and I'm only going to read one of these to you so you can see the vibe of this rubric. But I made this very much in a language where kids can look at this, or you can look at this and really have languaging that explains specifically what's going on and where we need to be. In this rubric, we want to get all kids to a 3 or a 4. Your kids with exceptional executive function are already at a 3 or a 4. They already have these skills. But the kids who struggle are usually at a 1, 2, or a 3 in different areas on this. And it's okay if you score differently and the parents score it differently and the kid scores it differently. I don't care that everybody's on the same page. And finally, once we do the whole thing, I ask the kids, what is one of these things that you want to focus on that's going to have the biggest domino effect of good and positivity in your life if you really focus on this. Now, I may disagree with the kid, but it doesn't really matter. If they say planning is the number one thing, if they just focused on planning for the next month or week or semester, if they just really put a lot of effort into that one thing, it would have a great domino effect in terms of all the other aspects. So I want them to be thinking about one thing, not overwhelmed by this whole thing. I'm going to be very clear about that. Now, here's, I'll read the first one to you. The first one on the rubric I call the paper management system. How well does a student organize papers? It's a skill, remember. Basically, we have folders, accordion folders, binders, and a volcanic mess jammed into a backpack or a locker or a desk. So there are 4 systems for managing papers. And I don't really care which one they use. I do have opinions on that, but that's further down in the rabbit hole of my work. But I want to know, how is their executive function? How are they able to organize the papers in their life? And I have organized it with 1 is a nope, don't got this one yet. Meh, a little bit. 3, good enough. And 4, seriously, I've got this. That's your student that's like, really? I know where every paper is in every single folder or binder or whatever. So how did I articulate these? 1, nope. Sounds like this. I pretty much shove papers into the abyss of my backpack, locker, etc. I can't keep track of it all. I hate papers. 2, meh. I try to use binders or folders, but I'm just happy if I shove papers into something. Sometimes I can find what I need. 3, good enough. I use folders or binders fairly well. I misplace things sometimes, but I can usually find what I need. It's pretty reliable. I use the word reliability a lot in here. Because when they have good enough executive function, they have reliable systems. And 4, seriously, I've got this. I can reliably find any paper I need from any class at any time. My system is highly organized, effective, and completely reliable. So you can see how we move from the 1 to the 4. And again, I want these kids to be at a 3 or a 4. I'm not really looking for a 4 with my students. A 3 is good enough in these different areas. And the different areas are, I'm not going to go into the depth with all of them, but what they are is, how's your paper management system? How are your digital systems? You have enough executive function to manage your digital systems, your portals, your grade portals, all the websites and Google Docs and things you need to manage. Your backpack, your planner and ability to plan, your grades and ability to realistically know what's going on with them, your ability, your advocacy and your ability to advocate, your sacred study space. Do you actually have a good place to study at home? Your study skills, your weekly overhaul, which I'll talk about in another video, your self-care, your metacognition. Anyhow, this pretty much covers the bases. So print this up, do what you need to do, use it how you need to use it. And I'm more or less done with the content of this video. I know this one was short compared to the others. Again, my name is Seth with SethPerler.com, an executive function coach based in Colorado, and I help struggling students navigate this thing called education so they can have a good life. Again, if you like what I'm doing, teachers, please share my work. I put my heart and soul, my everything into this. This is my life. This is my career. This is my life's work. This is my service to humanity. Please share it on Facebook, your Facebook groups, your teacher groups, anywhere and everywhere you can. You can share the URL. You can subscribe on YouTube to support me. Thumbs up on YouTube to support me. I also have the Executive Function Online Conference called TFOS. It's executivefunctionsummit.com. And it is for parents, but I know a lot of you teachers are parents, and teachers can go. It's a free summit that I hold every year. Would love to have you check it out and see if it's something you'd be interested in. These speakers are amazing, and the best thing about this conference is it's from the heart. I don't like ones that feel too contrived or rigid or markety. This is from here, and it's awesome. Check out TFOS. I also have a course called EF 101 for parents and teachers. I'll be making more teacher stuff in the future, but this one is a really good deep dive for teachers. If you want to support me that way, check it out, see if you like it. And I will also have other things coming. I have my YouTube channel and all sorts of things you can check out on my site. Thank you for your support. And as always, thank you, teachers, therapists, counselors, administrators, professionals, tutors, all of you that are watching this series. Thank you for being of service to kids. We need you. They need you. Thank you for choosing to spend a lot of energy in your life of service to kids. Be well, be healthy, be kind to each other, be safe. Take care.